Greetings, YouTube. Polygraphs are bull. They are highly subjective, and they, in fact, do not detect lies. What polygraphs detect is arousal. Let me give you a blurb here. Polygraphs measure arousal, which can be affected by anxiety disorders such as post-traumatic stress disorder, nervousness, fear, confusion, hypoglycemia, psychosis, depression, substance-induced states, nicotine stimulants, substance withdrawal states, alcohol withdrawal, or other emotions. Polygraphs do not measure lies. A polygraph cannot differentiate anxiety caused by dishonesty and anxiety caused by something else. So, if someone having a polygraph test done is nervous, and what a shock that might just happen, they could give you a false positive. And we know for a fact that polygraphs can be fooled and have been by serial killers who have taken polygraph tests and gotten away with it. There are ways of countermeasuring it. Like, for example, I believe causing oneself intentional pain can throw off the readings and making them inconclusive. Not to mention that polygraphs are not actually admissible evidence in court. What they are, however, is a great public narrative. They're a great way of convincing the public that someone is or is not guilty of something, and it is a great threat. So if the police say, hey, we'd like to give you a polygraph test, and if you say no, that's going to show up in your trial. This person refused a polygraph test. Even though that polygraph test is bull and would not show any real data, doesn't matter. The public perception is that polygraph tests are lie detectors. And if you pass one, you're not lying. If you fail one, you are lying. And if you refuse to take one, then you're hiding something. It's a great leverage against someone that is suspected of a crime. Well, you don't want the court to think that you didn't cooperate now, did you? Or it's going to look bad on you if it shows up in court that you didn't take the test, that you refused to take it. But here's the reality. If we all refuse to take the friggin' things, everyone, then they'll fall out of favor. They will simply cease to be the leverage that the police would like. But right now, they're still leverage. Even though the general consensus, even by the guy that invented it, was in fact that they are subjective. And they are not objective and scientific in any way. They just check arousal. And as that little blurb I just read, there's a lot of things that could trigger them. For example, if you have anxiety, PTSD, and depression, such as myself, you might not do well in a polygraph. I don't know. I've never taken one. I'm never going to. If I were to ever find myself in a situation where someone said, we'd like you taking a polygraph, I'm going to say, no. Because I know they're bull. I wouldn't even do this for fun. Because that doesn't sound fun. So, if you ever find yourself in that position, just say no. And explain why. It'll probably confuse them because many people in the law enforcement don't seem to be very smart. The way they fumble cases and then seem to apply their own subjective views and racism on an indiscriminate manner. So, if anyone out there has ever taken a polygraph, say for a security clearance, which baffles me because it's not going to show you anything, or for a criminal process of some variety, so a criminal case, tell me. I'd like to know. And if anyone out there ever finds themselves in the position of having the offer presented to them, just say no.